Two more board members have resigned from the Riley County USD 378 School Board. Nathan Mead and Justin Ricketts announced their decisions to step down Monday. Mead saying in 8 years on the board, only the last 2 months had he experienced the board commitments such as hiring a law firm and a private investigator without board action first to contract those services.
This new board majority has made removing Mr. Williams their primary focus. In the process, misleading and confusing allegations were made, factual details directly related to these allegations were ignored, and fiscal responsibility seemed to not matter.
Ricketts echoing many of those same sentiments.
The previous board members were very professional and respectful to the other board members' opinions, even when we disagreed. Starting January 2024, there have been changes in the board culture. The board has been consistently split with a 4-3, 4-2 vote. With the unnecessary spending this is going to cost the school district, I don't want to be associated with any part of this anymore.
Board President Samantha Brown and Board Member James Greer both declined K-Man's request for comment after Monday's meeting. 3 board members have now resigned in less than a month following Jeff Hancock's resignation February 12th, only a month into his term. The board will accept applications to fill the 3 vacant seats. 6th grade teacher Hannah Downing, representing the district's Teachers Association, expressed support Monday for the board's recent decision to remove former Superintendent Cliff Williams. She says many teachers who have left the district cited his leadership as a key reason for their departure. In other business last night, the board approved a supplemental contract for interim superintendent Aaron Flair. The district will pay Flair $40,000 retroactive to early January when she began serving in that interim role. That will continue through the end of the school year. Flair is also the district athletic director and assistant high school principal. Riley County officials expect low to moderate fire danger to continue through Sunday after extremely high-risk conditions over the weekend. K-Man's A.J. Shaw has details.
Fire personnel will be evaluating fire conditions each morning and afternoon and will update the community if controlled burning will be allowed via local media, social media, and Everbridge notifications. Those with current and active burn permits for the spring were allowed to conduct controlled agricultural burning in Riley County on Monday. And a release from the county says increased humidity, cooler temperatures, and calmer winds make for fires that are easier to control. On days where burning is permitted, people should expect to see smoke, but are still encouraged to contact 911 if they suspect a wildfire or other problem. The county urges those with a permit to have enough personnel on hand to control any burn and ensure equipment is in good working order before burning on days it is allowed. For News Radio KMAN, I'm A.J. Shaw.
Authorities continue to investigate a Sunday shooting which left one person injured in the 1400 block of Flint Hills Place. The Riley County Police Department says a 53-year-old man sustained 2 gunshot wounds to his right arm and right leg. He was transported to Ascension via Christie and later to a larger hospital. His condition is unknown. Police say the suspect remains at large but is not considered to be a threat to the community. Flipping the script on rural narratives was the focus of a keynote speech Monday at the Focus on Building Rural Communities event hosted at the Sykes venue in Leonardville. University of Minnesota Extension educator Benjamin Winchester says understanding the shifting population trends is important, especially notable when looking at household trends over time.
Right now, our rural communities are filled with older people. And so we have a very common situation today where you have 2 seniors in a house and one of them passes away and the surviving spouse stays in that house. What happened then? Your population just went down by 1. But your occupied households are the same. What happens when your 2 kids graduate or one of them graduates, right? Your population just went down by 1. But the kid that graduated left town didn't own the house, and so your house is still occupied.
Winchester shared that 30% of homeowners are now over the age of 70 as more older Americans opt to stay in their homes longer, creating challenges in the available housing stock in most communities. Riley County Extension Director Gary Fike says the message from yesterday's event was clear. Rural America is still desirable.
Rural living is a great way to be, and we're actually seeing in-migration to rural areas, and 51% of people really want to live in a rural area because of the lifestyle and are sometimes willing to take a pay cut just so they can work remotely and live in a safe neighborhood.
Monday's event was hosted by the Extension Office. A new plaque donning the names of 50 Potawatomi County veterans was unveiled to the public Monday. County Commission Chair Dee McKee hosted a public reception in Westmoreland.
In April of 23, names were collected of honorably discharged veterans that reside or have resided in Potawatomi County and served in any branch of the U.S. military after December 31st, 1946, and they were to be added to this particular memorial. Today, we present the newest plaque that has been added to our Veterans Memorial.
That memorial, first dedicated in 1992, Public Information Officer Becky Ryan says they'll continue to add names of additional veterans.
We're still collecting names, and would be happy to have another plaque created and installed in less time.
You can see photos at newsradiokman.com. Pottawatomie County also received 2 bids yesterday for the paving of Salza Road. It'll be paved and widened from Say Road to Elm Slough. County engineer Nathan Bergman listed the engineer's estimate for the overall project at just under $2.8 million. Buyer Construction and Ebert Construction submitted the only 2 bids, each totaling around $1.4 million. A recommendation will be brought to the commission next week, with work expected to begin April 1st.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. The second edition of the Sunflower Showdown this season set for tonight in Lawrence as K-State continues to try and gain the wins believed it needs to make the NCAA tournament.
We still have 2 top 10 teams that we get to play, and I said all along, you get to 9 wins in this league and you deserve to be in the NCAA tournament. So everything we want is still in front of us.
Cats coach Jerome Tang after his team's loss to Cincinnati on Saturday, meaning K-State would need to claim both of its games tonight and this weekend against Iowa State to reach that 9-win plateau. Tyler Perry was selected the Big 12's Player of the Week Monday, having averaged nearly 28 points per game against West Virginia and Cincinnati last week. Kansas, meanwhile, fell out of the top 10 for the first time in 3 seasons yesterday. They're slotted 14th after suffering a 7th conference loss over the weekend. Tip-off tonight in Lawrence at 8. Coverage on News Radio KMAN will follow K-State baseball at Tennessee, while that coverage begins at 7 on 101.5 K-Rock. The K-State women dropped another slot in their AP Top 25 rankings this week, now number 16 after splitting their final 2 regular season games last week. The Wildcats are the 3rd seed for the weekend's Big 12 tournament, though. They're off until Saturday evening's quarterfinal. The K-State baseball team faces a monster pair of road games today and tomorrow, taking on 8th-ranked Tennessee this evening, then 10th-ranked Clemson tomorrow. The Wildcats are 7-3, Tennessee 11-1. Coverage at 4:30 this afternoon on News Radio KMAN. Second baseman Brady Day was honored on Monday as the conference's Player of the Week, after generating a team-high 8 hits, including 4 extra base ones, in the weekend sweep of UMass. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.